everything proper, no problem.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to one of our favorite spots, venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Just a short time ago, this crowd loud enough to shake the foundations of this nearly century-old building. They are ready for football indeed in Chicago as their guys get set to do battle with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. This fielded at the 2. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Here's carry number 1 for Jordan Howard. He takes this from the 30 to the 34.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
On second down, Trubisky. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Out of the gun, Trubisky. He's going to dump that off to his running back, Cohen. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Let's go.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Now Trubisky to throw on second. Hits his target. It's Taylor Gabriel. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10. Right at the 40. Throwing here, Trubisky. And this is Gabriel on the catch. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 18 yards on each of the last 2 plays, and they're picking up big chunks now. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Bringing him to the ground defensively, Tedrick Thompson.
If indeed the Chicago Bears were looking for a nice change-up to Jordan Howard at running back, they found it in Tariq Cohen. I'm telling you, this guy is shifty, quick. Even though he's small in stature, some people have called him the latest human joystick.
How about that? That'll be fun for Madden players. Just 5'6", but as you said. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Shamar Stephen Continuing to fight downfield, the big tackle gets him for a loss of 11. Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky. Off the play fake. Here's Trubisky. And Robinson with a big catch. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that has to be pinpoint here.
And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback, because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
So 1st down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. He'll get it up the middle. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a gain of 11, and that'll make it 3rd and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
Trying to punch it in with Howard. What a stand so far defensively, and now that's going to bring up a 4th and goal.
There are certain drives in a game where anything less than a touchdown that caps it feels like an absolute disappointment. This is one of those drives.
They go for it on 4th and goal, but that winds up incomplete. Well, trying to be bold on the opening drive of the game, but that effort, it proves futile.
How many times have we talked with coaches where they've talked about taking the emotion out of their decision-making? I think that opening drive, if he didn't have it in his head to go for it before, I think that keyed into it. They were doing so well, and he decided to really establish something there. They didn't get it. Now they've got to make sure that they don't lose their focus.
Now a first carry for their fullback. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Good to see this man running again. Here's Chris Carson. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. Now Wilson down around his goal line. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
Returnable here from the 38. 12 yards on the return that time. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
A simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed in this 1st quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. The Bears on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. From the shotgun is Trubisky. Wide open receiver complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A very solid gain of 27. On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. That's complete right around the 8. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. From the gun, it's Trubisky. Being chased out left. Touchdown, Bears! Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Tyler Lockett now with a return. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football. The trade expression 101. Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
95.
Now a play fake here on first down. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there at 22.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one goes for 36 yards.
Usually hitting a deep post pattern, as we just saw there, for a big gainer, that's tough to do because you usually have a safety or two in the middle of the field. But if you hit enough crossers and underneath routes and curls, start to get those guys creeping up, wanting to make plays on the football. It's the equivalent of a changeup in baseball. You show your other stuff, throw the changeup, and on that play, it worked for big yardage.
On 2nd down, here's Wilson. And he's got it. And he's brought down. He is putting on a show in this second quarter, racking up the receiving yards as he has a first down. Remember, Seattle just 4 rushing touchdowns all of last season, 3 by Russell Wilson. But they've got Rashad Penny back there now, 2nd and goal. Penny will try to punch it in, and he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
It's a little bit different size than they're used to seeing in Chicago, playing the middle linebacker position. But undersized or not, his speed is absolutely overwhelming. And when he arrives with a thump. The city of broad shoulders loves Roquan Smith.
2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice.
And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Russell Wilson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. Janikowski good with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They'll start things on first with Tariq Cohen. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. Penny, the first down carry. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
They go play action now. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Check 50, check 50.
3rd and long. It's Wilson. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Khalil Mack in there to take him down and to take us to the 2-minute warning. Sebastian Janikowski to try the Seahawks field goal. And quite a bit of pizza in this box. It's a 53-yard attempt. And Janikowski bangs it through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So not sure how they feel about that. They had golden field position to start the drive after the fumble recovery, but they went backward and then got 3.
Well, let's go from gold to silver, because the silver lining is they got the 3, right? You were talking about the golden field position. They didn't take advantage of it. That has to feel like a letdown.
You always stand ready to pounce. Always. They begin the drive on the ground with Cohen. And now running right through it. And a nice little quick spin move before he's dropped. And a pretty good gain. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short. Trubisky will throw. Flush to his right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
On 3rd down, Trubisky. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
Trubisky now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's 1st down. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. It was a running back who was a receiver on the play. I think he's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he learned a ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. Now Trubisky, flushed out right. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Trubisky. And he comes back with one complete. Trubisky to Gabriel there for a Bears 1st down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
They'll throw on 1st down with Trubisky. Out to the left there and complete to Howard. And down inside the 15 he goes. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this 1st half. From the red zone now, here's Trubisky on 1st down. The screen pass here to Cohen. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's second down. The Bears moving hastily in the hurry-up offense.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. The Bears on third down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. And Parkey's kick is good. And that will knock things up here late in the first half. Well, maybe a nice psychological boost there just to get back to even with that field goal as we head towards half.
Coaching 101 always says at halftime, play it like it's 0-0 on the scoreboard. Well, in this case, it's level, right? Same.
Tyler Lockett. He's at the 50. The 30, past the 20. Janikowski on for the extra point. Janikowski adds the extra point. So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. On the return, the All-Pro 2 years ago, Tyler Lockett. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. On second down, here's Penny. And he powers his way up past the 30. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. The Seahawks on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that that fell harmlessly to the ground. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out if that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. On second down, here's Trubisky, rolling to his left. On the crossing route, complete. That's Burton. And they're able to get this one across the 35. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Throw left side complete. It's Burton. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Now Trubisky to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Looking to throw, Trubisky on first down. Wide open receiver, complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
It felt like Mitchell Trubisky, the quarterback for the Bears, was in the draft room with his general manager because picking up this pass catcher from Memphis, Anthony Miller, made to order for a young quarterback. A nice slot who can make plays like we just saw.
He is fun to watch. Went from being a walk-on at Memphis to completely rewriting the record books out wide. Here's Trubisky to throw. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Allen Robinson, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying the football game. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And that will level the playing field at 17-all. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. Lockett the return. Bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Play action. Now Wilson. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
Wilson now off the bootleg. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. 23 yards on the play.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
Come on, let's go.
Now it's Carson, and an alley to run. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Hey, over here.
On first down, Wilson. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Akeem Hicks in there to get him for a loss of 5.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Gotta go. Will.
On second down, Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Leonard Floyd in there to drop him, and sacks on first and second downs are going to lead to a 3rd and long. Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Now Wilson. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to break our 4th quarter tie. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy. From midfield now, here's Trubisky on the move to his left. It's brought in by Kevin White. And he's got this down to the 35. 15 yards through the air and a first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
Here's Trubisky. It's caught. This is White. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Adam Shaheen, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Bears have broken the tie. Oh, such great concentration there, going right up against the side of the end zone, but able to get the feet in bounds.
There's so many things that go into that catch, and you just mentioned the concentration, being able to catch the football, get your feet down in bounds, hang on to it all the way through the process of the catch. That was a phenomenal play.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And the last go-around for them, they tried that really, really long field goal, couldn't connect.
And in retrospect, I think a lot of people would say, well, why would you try one that long? You hurt yourself in field position. The ball comes out, there. That only helps the other team. But I look at it as maybe it was a double shot of confidence. Confident the kicker could make it. And even if he missed, confident in their defense that they could hold him.
And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it, Brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. Now Wilson on second down. Baldwin with it over the middle. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Give him 30 yards there. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. A handoff to Penny. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Just a couple there on the second down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation.
But you know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. They go play action with Wilson. Sliding out of the pocket. He can run for it, and he will. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Now this is fielded in the end zone. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And it'll be 1st and 10 Bears from deep in their own territory. Onto the field now come the Bears. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays. But it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. They run. This is Cohen. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result?
Sack.
Quarterback gets hit.
Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky. Play action. It's Trubisky. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Miller. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
Returnable for Lockett. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Baldwin. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Give him 30 yards there. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. Now a play fake here on first down. It's caught right side. Dixon. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
They'll look to throw. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, second down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9. Back to throw. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th. One thing that makes him so tough in these 2-minute drills, you got to take into consideration he's mobile.
And that's a big plus for him, but he also has to be careful with that mobility. Sometimes getting rid of the ball and stopping the clock is more important than running around and maybe taking a sack.
He'll look to throw, and he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Akeem Hicks in there to get him for his 2nd sack of the night. They'll begin the drive with Howard. And he stopped immediately there. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. Now they'll run it with Cohen. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. The Bears on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd down and 12. Now it's Trubisky. And Robinson with a big catch. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. Oh, Trubisky going to throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Trubisky to throw. Steps away. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky. Throwing now is Trubisky. Out to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep. And that's caught inside the 30. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the Bears, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Arizona Cardinals.
Can you hear me?